Welcome back to another episode of your Digital Hustle News. As always, I'm Wade Teamer. We're going to be looking at XLM in this video, guys, really in depth because there is a setup on these charts that I just have to make known right now. Okay. I'm seeing it. It looks beautiful. It looks a lot like what Solana looked like before we broke out to the hundreds, $120. Now, Stellar Lumens, looking at the weekly, you can see here we have broken above that red line. That's always what I like to see. And then at the top here, we also are in very safe territory. The red line there is coming down a bit. However, that's no need to be alarmed. That's still a ways away. And I'm talking 55 cents, 60 cents before we reach any resistance. Okay. Now, I also found a chart too that's going to reinforce some of these price predictions that I'm going to make in this video. But needless to say, guys, I feel like Stellar Lumens is getting ready to do something crazy. For example, take a look at the daily. We are above the RSI down here on the bottom. We're above it here at the top chart as well. That is a double confirmation. This is what Solana looked like right before it broke out and had that major, what was it, 80% run altogether once you put all the map together. But Stellar is looking to do the same thing. We have a whole lot of territory. Now, something else that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me pull up a better looking. Yeah, we'll use the 4 hour, okay? Because the 4 hour also looks good. You can see a definite uptrend started in towards the end of August, okay, while other coins were pumping, which is usual. Stellar Lumens was, of course, being quiet. But what Stellar Lumens likes to do is wait till everybody else has had their fun and then throw its own private party, which is what I think we're about to get ready to see. So looking at the 4 hour, I'm going to zoom out a little bit more to show you guys this illustration here. You see the points here where we contract. It looks as if there's some contraction going on there. You notice what'll happen is that after the majority of these contractions, there's rallies. There's a contraction here, we pump up. Small contraction here, we go up. Even smaller contraction here, we go up. Now, going over to the weekly, we can actually get a better illustration of that as well, because you can see here, this was 2020's run. There was a contraction, we broke out, and it continued to break out weekly until May of 2021, excuse me, when the rest of the market went south. But you can kind of see here, though, even with that indication, when these Bollinger Bands, guys, when they get spread out like that, that's cause for alarm. But the closer they begin to come to each other, that's contraction. That's an illustration of a lot of volume coming in. And that usually indicates some positive price movement going forward. But as you can see at the time of recording, we are actually up 4% right now, which is why I had to get this video out to you as quick as possible. Because, yeah, this is really happening right before my eyes. I saw this setup this morning, as a matter of fact, and was like, okay, yeah, once all the kids go to school, definitely doing this video first. But again, looking back at the daily, we're looking good. Everything is in a safe range. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Yeah, we've touched that top band on the daily, but you can also see here, we're contracting, we're beginning to squeeze. So that means that there's a lot of volume that's going to be able to push us up. Okay. Now, more reason why I am so focused on Stellar Lumens right now. Okay. This is some on-chain data courtesy of stellarchain.io. Now, you can see these are transactions live up to the second. All right. That just shows how fast Stellar Lumens goes. But what you're seeing in these transactions are managed buy offers. There is a whole lot of buy offers for Stellar Lumens right now. Another thing to take note of if you're a Stellar holder. Stellar circulating supply against the total supply. There is only about 30 million left. Okay. And with the developments that Stellar has down the pipeline, you might want to get yourself in position right now. Okay. Developments like this one. Singapore announces 15 finalists for the Global CBDC Challenge. One of those finalists was BIT, a company that works with the Stellar Development Foundation. BIT will be using XLM for their CBD trial technology. So essentially, CBDCs are going to be trialed using Stellar Lumens. Retail CBDCs, there's a difference. But some more data for Stellar Lumens. The sentiment for Stellar Lumens is beginning to rise, as well as you can tell by the chart here, courtesy of Bent Analytics, that the sentiment here would be indicated by the green. It has been low, but people have been curious. However, you can see here that the sentiment is essentially starting to go the other way. It's a small wick. It's a small, very small angle up. But if we're looking at the previous history, when price begins to move, sentiment increases with it. Now, this was a very funny period of time here in August. So what this indicates to me, because this is it looks like an outlier a bit, but as I looked at this a couple more times, what it indicated to me is that people get interested in Stellar, then the price pops. Okay. With other projects, it's the price pops. There's a major development comes out, fundamental news or whatever, prices pump, then the interest comes in. But with Stellar, it's always different. When people get to looking for Stellar, when people start looking into Stellar Lumens, then Stellar presents itself. Okay, so that's what this chart is showing. Now, this is some social media data for the last 24 hours when it comes to Stellar Lumens. Okay, there is a lot of curiosity coming into the Stellar ecosystem right now, and I believe that it's because they were one of the 15 finalists for this CBDC challenge. Okay, but as you can tell by past, when the volume is steady, when there are a lot of people looking for Stellar, price does well. Okay, and right now social media volume is in our favor. All right, now this last chart here, support and resistance levels for Stellar Lumens, this has really got me excited because historically 40 cents has been a resistance level for Stellar Lumens. It's been the resistance since about June. Okay, June, when the rest of the markets dip. 40 cents has been the stopping point. But as you can see here, with the performance of the last couple of days and where we currently sit now at 41 cents, if we can maintain 41 cents, guys, sky's the limit. Probably not, but we'll be definitely looking to get back up here to these levels. 50-cent range, not as thick of a psychological barrier, neither is 60. So that means that our next stopping point, if we break into the 50s and 60s range, will be $1. Will be $1. I'm firmly convinced, especially if XRP continues to perform well. Some people are predicting XRP to hit $2 by the end of this month. That's a stretch, but only time will tell. However, in the case of Stellar Lumens, not only is the price correlation to XRP going to work in Stellar's favor, but the developments, especially ones like this. This is Project Venus. Now, yes, you see the date, July 20th. Why wasn't this spoken about? Why didn't I know about it? There are forces that are outside of our control here. Okay. But I'm glad I discovered this now. Timing, the universe tells you things when you need to know them. All right. But Project Venus is DeFi on Stellar Lumens. Okay. One of the biggest setbacks currently for the Stellar ecosystem is actually their ability to, well, not say scale, but their ability to handle certain areas. It's a technical term for it. It's a technical definition, but I'm going to simplify it for you the best way I can. Essentially, Stellar Lumens is great at transaction speeds. It is great at onboarding people, and it is great at scaling up. However, the problem is if more than one person goes to enact a transaction at a time, well, okay, when I say more than one, if they're using the same account, okay, and there are multiple transactions coming from that account. So say if you're a trader and you're having a great day, major gains, and you're trying to move all your gains into a stable coin or to a different wallet or something like that. Essentially, repetitive transactions coming from similar accounts is Stellar's biggest weakness. But Project Venus is looking to handle that. Okay. Now, this is going to be a TSS type of system. Let me just find where they're going to break it down for us. Seems to be right here at the top. It says that TSS is a network of servers called turrets that store smart contracts and will build and sign transactions according to uploaded smart contracts specifications at a user's request. Users can upload smart contracts to any turret, and the turret will create a key pair that will use to sign transactions generated by the smart contract, then return the public key to that key pair user. So this is the integration of smart contracts onto Stellar Lumens that will increase their in transaction scalability. Okay. There's a difference between scalability in the sense of being able to reach a broad range of people. But in a situation, let's just take Elron, for example. You can get onto the Elron system and run up 100,000 transactions at the exact same time. Or Clever being another example with their exchange, up to 3 million transactions per second. That is created through smart contracts. And there is another system. Clever uses Kubernetes, which is what Google uses for their data management. It's a whole lot to it. But essentially, guys, the gist of it, Project Venus is going to bring DeFi to Stellar Lumens and is going to increase their smart contract strength. So looking at all the data, guys, right now, looking at the metrics, buy orders are coming in by the second. They are one of the 15 finalists for retail CBDCs, a very, very talked about subject in the crypto space for quite some time. And now looking at the charts, the setup is perfect. Okay. The setup is definitely perfect. We are about to go on a run. Really feel like this is going to maybe start within the next couple of days, if especially if Bitcoin continues to perform well. There is a lot of attention around Bitcoin this week because of the El Salvador situation. So that's going to have the rest of the market just looking good. In general, that'll give Stellar Lumens some leeway, take it through the 40 cents. Then on its own, technical developments, fundamental developments will push Stellar Lumens to at least 65, 70 cents by the beginning of October. Yeah, that'll be my prediction. 70-cent Stellar Lumens by October 1st. I didn't do too well with the Bitcoin thing, but look, that was middle of June. I was optimistic. What can I say? We almost did it though. We almost did it. Had a few more conditions that come into play. But yeah, guys, like I said, Stellar Lumens getting ready to break out. A lot of other projects doing well. Crypto.com is looking substantial, looking beautiful right now, up 9%. KuCoin up 4%. Also holding a steady uptrend, especially on the daily. Digibyte has also been performing well. I'm going to do an entire Digibyte video because I've been seeing some setups in their charts too, guys. These technicals sometimes reveal fundamental developments that are on the way before they come. But Anyway, the focus of this video, guys, I wanted to tell you how I felt about Stellar. It just communicated to me. This message came down from the superiors up top, and they said, let the people know that Stellar is about to go on a run. So if it happens, remember you heard it right here first. And if you found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe so that way you never miss an update on global crypto adoption with a global perspective. If you want to get in contact with me directly, all the links will be down in the description for your convenience. But with all that being said, you know what I'm going to tell you. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, make that money. I'll see y'all in the next one.